ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੀ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਫੀ ਕੁਝ ਆਫਰ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਇੱਥੇ there's a lot of variety of things you're offering but one of the biggest things that I like about this camp is ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ enrichment curriculum program ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ you have a very diverse group of teachers for lack of better words directors ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਸਿਖਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ Now, you don't have your typical auntie uncles here. You have actual professionals who are Gursikh in their Gursikh in life and professionals in their lifestyle and how they are coming and teaching these kids. Tell me a little about this. How do you even find them? That I find amazing.
It's many years of searching, and it's many years of grooming. We have what we call a 5-year program, which is, we take our 16-year-olds and we try to work with them for the next 5 years to groom them up to being staff members. And, we see the results of that. And you can see some of the, staff members you've interviewed, you've talked to, and some of the ones you've seen lead the cheers, everything. They're the ones that have come through the system and they're the products of the camp. And in addition, we get teachers from outside. We get teachers from Toronto, such as Gurmeet Singh and Sukhsaj Kaur. We get teachers from California. We get teachers from Washington, D.C. But it's a year-round search. We're always looking for new talent that we can bring in because ultimately it has to do with, it's not the success of the camp, it's the success of the campers.
Yes.
Right? And we want them to leave here with that feeling of being a Sikh and wanting to be a Sikh, and towards that end we will look for and we will train our campers to work in that mode because the last thing you'll find at this camp is you won't leave this camp knowing the dates of Sikh history. That's not what we teach. What we teach is really the essence behind what Sikhi teaches, the core concepts. And once you understand those, you'll go and learn the dates for yourself.
Absolutely.
But once you understand the core concepts and you really start gelling with it and you understand what Barney's teaching and just what we talked about if you don't understand the philosophy, the revolution can't exist, right? But at the same time, you understand things like Nam Simran, and you understand about Seva, and you'll see in our dining hall we have kids doing all the Seva. We have, so it starts from a young age. We make sure they understand these things are important to them, and the teachers, and they come up through the system. They become teachers, and they're obviously professionals, and it just makes a great chemistry. One of the things I was commenting to somebody this morning was our staff. When we create a staff for a camp, we look to build chemistry because it can't be about one person.
Exactly.
It has to be chemistry. And when we team up our staff members with their counselors, it's building chemistry. We're always looking for that. We're always trying to look at some of the intangibles, and that creates this tremendous dynamic because, when you talk to the kids, you want the counselors to relate to them. So you need to know which one is good with the younger ones, which one is better with the older ones. And you work through those dynamics. And after years of doing it, I think we've really honed in on a good technique.
It's down to a science.
It's down to a science, exactly.
ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੈਂਪਰਸ ਨੇ ਹੈਲਪਰਸ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੈਂਪਰਸ ਨੇ counselors in training, staff in training, they are a big part of this. I mean, it's amazing. And I am so shocked because you would think कि आज the age under, these young teenagers, or you want to call the early young adults, their main concept of life is hanging out, partying, friends, and these kids work, professionals, colleges, and then you see them talk about Sikhi like this and it's like, oh, wow.
But basically, our helpers are, they're really our brothers and sisters. We just sort of, turn the wheel in the car. There are many moving parts to this process. You cannot do without any one of these pieces. So, as simple as picking somebody up from the airport, teachers, to something as big as, planning out, our Divan programs or our discussions, which is a huge part of the camp, right? So that everything has its place and everything is critical. But they are the ones who've come through the camp system. They believe in the camp. They believe in the core concepts, which is what brings them back, which is, again, the success of the camp. It has nothing to do with us, per se. But they're just phenomenal. They are the energy of camp.
And what I find also amazing is, from what I've heard, and I've had informal chats with some of these campers, and सुनने ਨੂੰ आंदा है कि तुसी नहीं जाके कहंदे हो किसी ਨੂੰ आप जाके नहीं कहंदे हो कि you know what बच्चे तुसी ये करोगे तुसी ये कर रहे हैं or you're gonna do this or what is this. They come up and they say, how can we do this? We would like to do this. And that I find amazing.
Yeah.
You're blessed, of course,
Absolutely.
to have such energy. And you know, it's just that chemistry among all of them, and they all just move with each other so well, and they are all communicating so beautifully.
And sometimes, you know, you don't even need to say anything. In addition, right? Things are getting done, and because they've been here before, because they know our processes, and because they've been in the meetings and they've gotten the documentation, they then know what has to be done. So I don't have to say things many times. You'll see, for example, you know, our attendance process is, I don't need to say anything, it just gets done. They just come to me and let me know, okay, it's been done, you know. So it's sort of like that, you know. It's a well-oiled machine.
It is.
And we're very proud of them. We're very proud of our kids, and we feel like they're our kids, and we treat them like that. And I tell them that all the time, you know. I'll love you like my children. I'll smack you around like my children as well, you know. And it's that kind of relationship, and they're very close to us, and we are blessed. You're absolutely right. We're so blessed to have them as our staff, and I keep telling them, you know, this year especially, I'm so happy with our staff. It's just a phenomenal group of kids.
I remember you saying that last year too. I think every year it gets better and better.
Yeah, because they get better and better. It's nothing that we're doing, but they get better and better. Like this year, they took off on their own. Amazing. Before I was even ready to get started, they were off creating the Google documents, getting things going. It's just phenomenal.
It is, right? Yeah. And you know, hats off to you and of course your beautiful wife Manamrit. Jira ina de andar is de andar kafi hissa hai, and you know, she's amazing. She's so dedicated, and I mean, I don't know how she does it also with everything. She keeps this running smoothly with you. Really amazing, and God bless, you know, Rabbi meher hai aap sareyan te that you're able to do all this.
Yeah, she is a phenomenal lady. You know, it is her strength. Without her, we couldn't do this, you know. And all the paperwork, all the background work, you know, that she's doing, all the, you know, managing. She's our operations manager. So everything that needs to get done, everything that needs to be ordered and stuff, she takes care of that. So, you know, it's same thing with Sandeep and Sandy. She's same sort of thing. And, you know, we're encouraging a lot of families to come because we believe that the continuity will be much better.
Absolutely.
So when the kids leave camp, right now what happens is, you know, they'll tell their parents what went on, but then on Sunday, Monday, it goes back to normal life. Whereas when a family comes on Sunday, they say, okay, let's get up and do Japji Sahib. Right? Let's get up and do it, you know, let's do Reras. It's time for Reras Sahib. So that continuity. So we're actually encouraging families to come, and, you know, that's where, you know, they see us as an example. Our whole family is here, you know, my kids, their kids are here, other kids are coming. So that's, as you can see, a lot of little kids around here now, right?
Kids, of course.
We're encouraging that because we think if we start them young and we come as a family, it just makes a huge difference.
It absolutely does.
Continuity.
And I must tell you a little secret, because Manamrit said the same thing about you. So I guess, you know, it works hand in hand with both of you. Yes, absolutely. It's working beautiful.
Oh, it is amazing. It is amazing.
Now also, this is a beautiful, is saal tusi ye nayi campsite te camp kita. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's so calm, that serenity you feel here. It's just unbelievable. So tell me about this campsite a little, Livleen ji.
This is actually a new site for us. The old site was a couple miles down the road, but we happened to find this because the old site was taken over by different management, and they had other plans for it. So it's a beautiful site. It is a mix of our older site, which had a lake, and you know, the dynamics of having a lake are just, you know, significant.
So nice.
You get, you know, so much more functionality, and you get that sort of serenity and peace as you talked about. But you know, in addition, we have things like an outdoor dining facility over there, which is really nice because the kids on cookout days, they can eat outside.
This, of course,